Hey everyone, so if you've been wondering whether AI is going to make your job obsolete, you're actually asking the wrong question. Today, we're going to dig into how to make yourself irreplaceable in a world that is being completely reshaped by artificial intelligence. Let's jump right in.
You see the headlines everywhere, right? AI is coming for our jobs. But what if that's just the wrong way to look at it? The big idea we're exploring here is that the real threat isn't the tech itself, but clinging to an old, outdated way of thinking.
And that's exactly what we're going to break down. We're going to lay out a clear, step-by-step plan to help you shift your perspective to go from feeling kind of vulnerable to feeling incredibly valuable. And it all kicks off with one crucial change.
Okay, this right here, this is the absolute foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. It's about totally changing how you see your role. It's not about the tasks you do, it's about the problems you solve.
So what's the actual difference? Well, the worker mindset is all about execution. It's following instructions, checking off boxes, the very things AI is getting scary good at. But the problem solver mindset, on the other hand, that's about identifying the valuable challenges in the first place, asking the right questions. AI can help you find solutions, for sure, but it can't tell you what problems are actually worth solving. That's all you.
And hey, this is not some new idea from Silicon Valley. Even Einstein knew that the real genius is in defining the problem. Once you master this, you stop being just a pair of hands and become the strategic mind that directs the tools. And it doesn't matter if those tools are people or a powerful AI.
Let's just be real for a second. The old idea of climbing the corporate ladder is pretty much broken. In a world where a technical skill can become obsolete almost overnight, just executing tasks makes you really, really replaceable. And that's exactly why you need a whole new framework for thinking about your career. Okay, so theory is great, but how do you actually put that problem solver mindset into practice? Well, here's a 5-step framework that turns that big idea into concrete action you can start today. All right, so we've already covered the foundation, that all-important mindset shift. Next, we're going to build on that by mastering the skills that AI just can't touch. Then, we'll get hands-on and build an AI toolkit, learn how to experiment, and finally, make sure the world can actually see the unique value that you bring to the table. So let's dive into step 2. Here's a simple rule of thumb. If a skill can be easily broken down into a repeatable process, a machine will probably do it eventually. That means your energy, your focus, should be on the uniquely human skills, the durable ones. These are what the source material calls durable skills, and they are absolutely timeless. Think of them like your personal operating system, while all those technical skills are just the apps you run. These skills don't just help you do a job, they define how you think. Let's look at what this looks like out in the real world. I mean, take Steve Jobs. He's a perfect example. He didn't code the iPhone himself, right? But he communicated a vision that was so powerful it created an entire movement, a whole ecosystem. AI can generate text, sure, but it can't create that kind of deep human connection and belief.
And then you have adaptability. Think about Jeff Bezos. He started with books, but he sure didn't stop there. He was constantly looking for new angles, new opportunities, adapting Amazon into the everything store. And AI is great at optimizing a path that's already known, but it takes human critical thinking to blaze a completely new trail.
And this really gets to the heart of it, the power of human insight. The founders of Airbnb didn't just build a better booking system. No, they understood that travelers were craving connection. They were craving experiences. They tapped into empathy, and that's something that, at least for now, is uniquely human.
Okay, so you've got the mindset down, you're focusing on those durable skills. Now it's time to get practical. Honestly, the best way to stop being afraid of AI is to just start using it. Here is a super simple action plan to get you started. First, just go test out at least 3 different AI tools, like ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, just to get a feel for what they're good at. Second, find 5 small, kind of repetitive tasks in your day-to-day work where an AI could lend a hand. And finally, just sketch out a new workflow where your role, the strategic thinking part, is separate from the AI's role, which is the heavy lifting. Remember, you're not competing with AI, you're directing it. This is where the rubber meets the road. You don't need some massive, grand strategy to get started. The fastest way to learn is by doing. Specifically, by finding small, real-world problems and using your new AI toolkit to solve them for other people. You have to hear this brilliant example. A real estate agent built a simple, custom AI to summarize her conversations right after a showing. And the result? Her clients got a personalized email in less than 10 minutes. They were absolutely blown away.
She used one small experiment to solve a huge problem for her clients, the need for speed and attention.
And that right there, that's the secret. In a world that's changing this fast, the winner isn't the person who's perfect, it's the person who learns the fastest. Running these small, quick experiments is your key to staying way ahead of the curve.
All right, this final step is so crucial. You can do all this amazing work, you can learn all these new things, but if nobody knows about it, you're missing a massive opportunity. You have to make your learning and your value visible to everyone.
And look, this is not about becoming some kind of influencer or bragging online. It's about documenting your journey. Share what you're tinkering with, talk about the problems you're trying to figure out, and ask your network questions. When you start putting your work out there, opportunities will start coming to you.
So, let's bring this all together. What we've talked about isn't just a list of steps, it's a complete transformation. When you shift your mindset, master those durable skills, and start using AI as your partner, you move from feeling vulnerable to automation to becoming undeniably valuable.
This single line just captures the entire message perfectly. The threat isn't the new technology. The real threat is inaction. The real threat is believing that what worked for you yesterday is going to work for you tomorrow.
So at the end of the day, the ultimate question isn't what will AI do? It's what will you do? The future is being built right now by the people who are willing to learn, to experiment, and to adapt. The only question left is, where are you going to start?